Hello, everybody. This is just a quick little overview of the pre-writing assignment. So this is going to be fairly quick because you have the directions right here. But basically what I want you to do is to find an article that will transition into the main rhetorical analysis assignment that you'll be doing starting next week. And this assignment is a pre-writing activity just to help you think about the article, just to make sure it's going to work. And I have a lot of prompts in here that will help process your thoughts about the article and should help you along the way. So basically you're going to be looking for an article that is written, so you can't do like a video or something like that. It needs to be persuasive. So you don't want to pick something that is informative only, or something like a website article that's just more of a fact check or a listing of information. You want the author to have an agenda in the sense that he or she is trying to persuade the reader to a point of view, sort of a side. So in the class so far, we've talked about what argument is and what rhetoric is. And so this is just a way for you to get some practice. A lot of you have not dealt with rhetoric before. And so that's basically how this assignment is centered. So step one sort of tells you how to choose the article, so you can read through that. And then in step two, you're going to analyze. So we have some larger headers, like who is the author, who's the audience, what is the larger conversation. And then under each header, you'll see a series of sort of questions or prompts that lead you through the thought process about that larger header. So I think the best way to do this assignment is to use this Microsoft Word document and then just go to the top and add you can just do like an MLA header up here and do the page numbering just to identify it as yours. And then what I would do is I would start with the analyze the content part, keep the headers, and then under each subheader, I would just go in and manipulate the page so that you guys can just put the information under each prompt. Just to help you think about it and just to help you process the information, I would just keep the headers. It also identifies it for me, and it shows me that you've answered each part of the question fully, and it's sort of a good communication process for this assignment. As I've been saying all semester, a lot of you are not giving proper details. This is a second level college writing class. It is required for transfer majors. And the reason why is because when you're a college student, you're expected to give very intense details. You're supposed to back up anything you say with examples. And when I say, I mean you're writing it. But anything you write, you're going to follow it up with an explanation and an example. So to me, the best way is to set it up. You're going to sort of answer the question or answer the prompt. Then you're going to give an example that's very specific, something from the text of the article, and then you're going to come through and explain that part of the text that you've chosen. And you're going to do that for each one of these. And so basically a 2 to 3 sentence answer. 3 probably works better because you will set it up with one sentence, give the detail with the second sentence, and with the third sentence, you will explain it in relation to the prompt. So everything is pretty self-explanatory. It just takes you through. I prefer that you don't give answers that are very basic and general, such as, just the author's name or just the source title or something. So for instance, here under who is the author, how does the argument you're analyzing repeat arguments previously made by the author? Now, you may not be able to find that, and that's okay because this is an exploration of the information. If you can't find that, then explain why you didn't find it. And that's fine with me because it shows me that you tried. If you just leave it blank, it looks as if you didn't do it. Under here, who is the audience? Some of you, when I'm asking you who the audience is, you are writing things such as, the audience is everyone. Everyone can read this. Yes, true. Anyone who can read any argument or any article that's available. But who is it meant for is what that means. Like, how was it written? what specific audience was it intended for. And we're asking for details because we want to know, can you analyze what the purpose of this article is? And honestly, when someone writes like a nursing article, they're probably expecting nurses to read it, but what type of nurses and what would draw a nurse to the article? And that's what we're asking you to do. Please stop giving obvious answers. And when you're in a college class, you're not necessarily just filling in blanks or just doing busy work. And I know that's something that sometimes in middle school or high school that you become accustomed to, because a lot of homework is just sort of filling in the blanks and going from one assignment to the next. But the majority of your college assignments are purposeful, and there's a reason, and your instructor is trying to see how you think through an assignment and how you can disseminate the information. And if you're not doing that fully, then as I grade it, I don't have anything to grade. So if I ever ask you who the audience is or why something was written, you want to be specific, and you want to show some critical thought there, and you want to analyze it fully. So step 3, you're going to analyze the text, and I'm asking you such questions as, what is the main idea? What are the reasons, with the support? How is the argument organized? All of these things require specific responses, specific, detailed. Don't just put a few words and think you're done. You want a thorough answer, and you want it multi-layered. And that's how you make an A on an assignment in this class. Here it's asking you what medium, like is it a newspaper, scholarly article, website, like where did it originate? What is the genre? What type of article it is it? And so anyway, everything basically in the prompt tells you what we're looking for. You'll have another video just on rhetoric, and I've posted a couple of generic videos, but I'm going to give you one as well. With the appeals for rhetoric, they are ethos, which is credibility and authority over the topic. It can also include ethics sometimes, but ethics aren't always available when you're analyzing something. Like, it may not play into the analysis as much. It can, though, because if someone is writing about a certain topic and their handling of it is unethical, or the information they include involves some problems with ethics, or the person who is writing it has problems with ethics, like maybe this person is known as an unethical person, then in that case you should explain that. But a lot of times ethics don't play into it, and it is more of an authority or a credibility situation. You're trying to just show, is it credible? With logos, that deals with logic, and you're just looking at the reasoning behind the statement, and was it logical? And then with pathos, that deals with emotion and feelings. So you're just looking to see what appeals were made in the article for logic, how credible it is, and then what kind of feelings did it invoke into the reader. Sometimes all three are not apparent in all articles. Usually there might be two that are stronger than maybe one that's not. But if something's missing, then you can't just leave it blank. You need to explain why it was missing, or would it have been better if the author had included more information that appealed to the reader's feelings. So every prompt needs an answer in this worksheet if you expect to make an A, and every response needs to be detailed. Please do not give me these very broad, like kind of splash in the pan type of answers. You really need to approach all assignments in this class like a college student should, and you need to be very thorough and specific and detailed. So that's just a quick overview of this assignment. I look forward to seeing what article you choose. I think the main thing to keep in mind is whatever article you do with pre-writing probably would be a good transition into the actual rhetorical analysis that you will do that's coming up next week. But if you decide to switch articles, I will not penalize you. It's just you're sort of creating extra work for yourself. So you can use the same article for this as you do for the rhetorical analysis, and that is the design of the assignment. So good luck with everything. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to reading your pre-writing assignment.